Everything happened so fast. Rain poured from the sky like someone opened a bucket in heaven. Tara Bello, a homeless single mom of 3, stood shivering on the street, holding her children close as thunder cracked across the night. But that was not the shocking part. The shocking part was the black Rolls-Royce that stopped right in front of her, and the tall man who stepped out, his suit shining even in the rain. He looked at Tara and said quietly, "Madam, who did this to you?" His voice was calm, too calm, like someone who was trying very hard not to explode. Tara swallowed. Her lips trembled, because standing right in front of her was the richest and most feared man in the entire city, Mr. Adrian Cole, the young billionaire nobody dared to speak to unless he spoke first. And now, he was staring at her like he wanted answers. Before Tara could reply, another thunder roared across the sky. Her youngest child, Danny, cried loudly. The billionaire slowly removed his jacket and placed it over the children. Tara froze. Why was a billionaire doing this for a stranger on the street? And more importantly, what would he do when he found out the truth? That was the moment everything changed. But to understand how Tara reached this strange and terrifying night, we must go back to where it all began. 3 months earlier, Tara Bello believed her life was finally becoming stable. She was 29, gentle, hardworking, and always smiling even when life treated her badly. Everyone admired her spirit, everyone except her in-laws. Her husband, Femi, was not a wicked man, that he simply feared his parents more than he loved his own family. And his mother, Mama Ramilican, never liked Tara. "She is too poor for this family," the woman always hissed. But Tara was patient. She cooked, cleaned, cared for her children, and respected everyone. She tried her best to make her marriage work. Still, nothing she did was enough. Every small mistake was treated like a crime. If she served food late, insult that if she washed clothes wrong, anger that if the baby cried too loud, shouting. Femi would just sit and watch. Tara prayed things would change. She prayed her husband would finally defend her. She prayed her in-laws would stop treating her like she was unwanted. But prayers don't always stop what is coming. One afternoon, Mama Ramilican invited a family meeting. Tara had a bad feeling from the moment she entered the living room. The whole family was seated. Their faces were stiff. Cold. Ready. "Tara," the old woman said, "you have failed this family." Tara blinked. "Ma, what did I do?" "You brought bad luck into my son's life. You are dragging us down. You are not good enough." Tara felt her heart tear open. She held her hands together, shaking. "I have tried," she began softly. "Silence," Mama snapped. Then she delivered a sentence that felt like a knife. "Pack your things and leave our house. Tonight." Tara gasped. "But where will I go with the children?" Her husband looked away, that he didn't speak, that he didn't fight for her. That silence hurt more than any insult. "But I am your wife," Tara whispered. Femi finally spoke, but his words stabbed her deeper. "Maybe it's best you leave for now." Her knees weakened. Her children stared at her, confused. And in that moment, Tara realized. She had no one. Before sunset, her in-laws dragged her outside with her 3 children. They threw her clothes into a torn nylon bag. They didn't even let her take the children's blankets. Mama Ramilican pointed at the gate and said, "Don't ever come back." The gate slammed. The sound echoed in Tara's chest like thunder. Her children clung to her legs. She was officially homeless. No money, no family, nowhere to go. She walked for hours, trying to stay calm for the kids even though her heart was breaking. The rain started slowly, then heavily, then dangerously. They ran under a small shop shade, but the owner chased them away. "Go! I don't want trouble." So they kept walking, until the sky turned dark and frightening. One step, then another, carrying her crying baby, holding her 2 older children. Her dress was soaked, her hair stuck to her face, she could barely breathe. But she kept moving. For them. For her children. For hope. Lightning flashed. The rain was so heavy Tara could hardly see. She whispered, "God, please help me, please." Her children whimpered behind her. Then a loud engine. A bright headlight. A slow, smooth stop in front of her. The black Rolls-Royce. The door opened. And the billionaire, Adrian Cole, stepped out with a face full of shock and anger. He looked at Tara like someone looking at a painful mystery. Then he asked again, this time in a deeper voice. "Madam, who did this to you?" Tara opened her mouth to speak. But before any word came out, a second car suddenly sped toward them from the darkness. Its lights were off. Its tires screeched. It was coming straight at Tara and her children. Fast. Too fast. And Tara froze. The car was coming too fast. Tara could not move. Her children screamed behind her. Rain slapped the ground like angry fingers. The headlights of the speeding car grew brighter and brighter, straight at them. "Get down!" the billionaire Adrian Cole shouted. Everything happened in one wild second. He grabbed Tara by the arm and pulled her so hard she almost fell. His driver jumped forward and yanked the children out of the way. The speeding car swerved, missed them by just a few inches, and rushed past with a loud, dangerous whoosh through the rain. Tara collapsed on her knees, shaking. Her babies burst into tears. Adrian stood still for a moment, staring at the disappearing car with a face full of cold fire. "That driver," he muttered, "turned off his headlights on purpose." Tara's heart skipped. "Purpose?" she whispered. Adrian looked down at her, his jaw tight. "That car was trying to hit you." Tara gasped, covering her mouth. "But why? I have no enemies." He slowly crouched to her level. "You may not have enemies," he said quietly, "but someone obviously doesn't want you alive." Adrian's driver, Musa, quickly wrapped the children in dry blankets from the car. "Madam, please sit," he said gently. Tara could not stop shaking, not from the cold, but from fear. She sat on the edge of the back seat while Adrian held a big umbrella over her and the children. Thunder rolled again. Rain kept falling. But for the first time that night, Tara did not feel alone. Adrian watched her carefully, almost studying her pain. "What exactly happened to you?" he finally asked. Tara looked at the wet road, her voice small. My in-laws kicked me out. They said I brought bad luck. They didn't even let me take anything." Adrian's eyebrows tightened. "With 3 children? They threw you out with 3 children." Tara nodded slowly. Adrian looked away for a moment, his fists clenched. He was angry, very angry. Not at her, but at the kind of wickedness that allows people to treat a mother like trash. He exhaled deeply. "You shouldn't be out here," he said. "It's not safe. That car, whoever was inside, it might return." Tara swallowed hard. "Sir, please. I don't want trouble. I just want somewhere I can keep my children safe." Her voice cracked. Adrian stood up straight. "Follow me," he said. "You and your children are coming with me." Tara's heart dropped. "What? No, sir, I don't want to be a burden." "This is not about burden," he replied firmly. "It's about safety. And I don't leave people in danger." Before she could argue, he added, "Get in the car." The door opened. And that was how Tara stepped into the warmest place she had seen all night. The Rolls-Royce smelled of leather and quiet comfort. Soft lights glowed in the ceiling. The seats felt like pillows. Tara couldn't remember the last time anything felt this gentle. Her children relaxed instantly, cuddling the blankets. Adrian sat in front, watching her through the mirror. "Where were you planning to go?" he asked. Tara looked down, embarrassed, to the bridge. "Many homeless people sleep there. I thought, maybe we could stay there too." Adrian closed his eyes for a moment. "That bridge is dangerous. You would not have survived the night." Tara hugged her youngest child tightly. Silence filled the car. A long, heavy silence. Then Adrian spoke again, this time softer. "Madam Tara, listen to me. Whatever those in-laws told you, you are not a failure. You are not a curse. You are a mother trying her best. And that is something strong." Tara felt tears in her eyes that no one had spoken to her like that in years. But then something changed. Adrian's phone rang. He checked the screen. His expression turned stiff. He answered. A man's voice exploded through the phone so loudly Tara heard every word. "Adrian, you need to turn back immediately. They broke into the mansion. Someone is searching your house." Tara jumped. Adrian's face darkened. "Who?" he asked. His friend's voice shook. "We don't know yet, but the security guard said the person kept shouting your name. They're looking for something. Or someone." Adrian slowly turned his head toward Tara. His eyes focused. Sharp. As if a new puzzle piece had clicked into place. Then, in a deep, low voice, he asked her, "Tara, are you sure your in-laws are the only ones who want you gone?" Her breath caught. What do you mean?" Adrian didn't answer. Instead, he gave a new order. "Musa, change route. We're not going home." Tara froze. Fear crawled into her chest. "Sir, what's happening?" Adrian looked at her with a mixture of concern and suspicion. "I think someone is targeting you," he whispered. "And now they have reached my house." Tara's heart stopped. Her children held her tighter. Rain beat harder on the car roof. "Why would anyone come after me?" Tara cried softly. Adrian leaned forward, staring ahead into the darkness. That, he said, is what we're about to find out. But before he could say another word, a loud explosion shook the road behind them. The car jerked. The children screamed. Adrian shouted, "Hold on." Musa stepped on the accelerator. Tara turned around and saw fire rising into the sky from the direction they had just left. It looked like a car had been blown up. Her mouth dropped open. "Oh my God," she whispered. Adrian turned, eyes wide. "That explosion," he said slowly. "That was meant for us." The explosion echoed behind them like a giant drum. Fire rose high into the sky. The road shook. Tara held her children close, her heart racing so fast she could barely breathe. Adrian turned sharply to Musa. "Drive. Don't slow down for anything." "Yes, sir." The Rolls-Royce shot forward through the rain. Tara's hands trembled. "Sir, are we in danger?" she whispered. Adrian didn't answer at first. His eyes were fixed on the burning flames behind them. Then he said the words that made Tara's stomach twist. "Someone is trying to remove you from this world. And now they are willing to remove anyone near you, even me." Tara covered her mouth. "But why? I have no money. No power. I am nobody." Adrian turned to her sharply. "Don't ever say that again. You're not nobody. And whoever is behind this, they know something we don't." After 30 minutes of fast driving through hidden roads, the car stopped at a quiet location. A large, empty warehouse Adrian used as a private emergency shelter. Musa jumped out first and checked the surroundings. "All clear, sir." Adrian turned to Tara. "Bring the children. You'll be safe inside." Tara slowly stepped out of the car. Her legs were shaking, but she held her babies tightly. Inside the warehouse, the lights flickered on. There were mattresses, blankets, a small kitchen area. Everything arranged neatly, like someone had planned for emergencies long ago. Tara's kids snuggled into a blanket. For the first time that night, they stopped crying. Tara sat on a mattress, hugging her knees. Her mind was full of fear and confusion. Adrian stood nearby, quietly watching her. "You look like someone who has carried too much pain alone," he said gently. Tara's voice broke. "I tried, sir. I never wanted trouble. I only wanted peace for my children." Adrian walked closer. "Then you will have it. I promise you that." Tara blinked. No one had ever said such words to her. But before she could respond, Musa rushed in. "Sir, we have a problem." Adrian's body tensed. "What is it?" Musa held up a phone with a video paused on the screen. "I hacked into the security camera by the road where the explosion happened. Sir, you need to see this." Adrian pressed play. The video showed two men standing beside the car that exploded. They placed something under it, stepped back, and ran into another vehicle. Tara watched with wide eyes, confused, until Musa zoomed in on one man's face. Tara gasped so loudly she covered her mouth. No, that can't be. That can't be him." Adrian's eyes narrowed. "Do you know this man?" Tara's hands shook uncontrollably. Her voice came out weak and broken. That's my husband." Adrian froze. "Your husband?" he repeated slowly. Tara nodded, tears pouring from her eyes. "Yes, Femi. But why would he do that? He is not a violent person. He is not." Musa gently put a hand on her shoulder. "Madam, this was not a small accident. Someone paid money to set that trap." Tara's tears fell harder. "But why would he want to hurt us? Why would he try to destroy us?" Adrian stepped closer, his expression turning darker. "There are only two reasons a man tries to erase his own family," he said slowly. "One, for money. Two, to hide a secret so big it could ruin him." Tara shook her head. "No, it can't be that. It can't." Adrian crouched in front of her, looking gently into her eyes. "Tara, has he been acting strange? Any new friends? Hidden phone calls? Sudden money? Anything?" Tara wiped her tears, thinking back. Then she whispered. "He started having secret meetings. He began locking his phone. He kept receiving strange messages at night. And he shouted at me whenever I asked." Adrian and Musa exchanged a quick, serious look. "Tara," Adrian said quietly, "your husband is involved in something dangerous. And when his in-laws threw you out, they weren't rejecting you." He paused. "They were protecting themselves." Tara clutched her chest, struggling to breathe. "No, please no, what does that mean?" Adrian took a deep breath. "It means they knew what he was planning. And they didn't want to be blamed when the truth came out." Tara's world spun, her knees weakened. Musa gently helped her sit back down. Adrian continued. "Somebody wants you gone. And your husband is helping them." Tara closed her eyes tightly. Her voice cracked like breaking glass. Why would my own husband do this to me? Adrian looked at her sadly. I don't know yet. But I will find out. He stood and turned to Musa. Prepare the car. We're going to Femi's family house. Tonight. Tara's eyes flew open. No. Sir, please, it's dangerous. Adrian looked down at her with a calm, deadly focus. Tara, the danger will only grow if we run from it. We need answers. And your in-laws are the only people who might know the truth. Tara's heart raced. She didn't want to return to that house. She didn't want to see those cruel faces. She didn't want to hear the insults again. But Adrian's voice was firm. You and your children will stay here with Musa. I will go alone. Tara grabbed his hand. No. Sir, please don't go alone. They hate me, but they might talk if they see me. Adrian hesitated as he looked into her eyes, scared, desperate, brave all at once. Then he nodded slowly. Fine, but you will not leave my side. Tara stood up. She didn't feel strong, but something inside her refused to stay silent anymore. If her husband wanted to destroy her, she needed to know why. Adrian picked up his car keys. Let's go. They were halfway to the exit when the warehouse lights suddenly shut off. Complete darkness. Tara gasped. Sir? Musa? Silence. Then a low, deep voice echoed from somewhere outside. Adrian Cole, step out with the woman. We only want her. Tara froze. Her heart stopped. Adrian whispered, stay behind me. Then the voice spoke again louder. Bring Tara out now, or we burn the place down. A bright red glow appeared through the cracks of the warehouse door. Someone outside was holding fire. And they were not alone. The warehouse fell into complete darkness. Then, a bright red light flickered through the cracks of the metal door. Someone was outside, holding fire. Tara grabbed Adrian's arm tightly. Her children, still sleeping in the far corner, started to whimper as the temperature rose. Adrian whispered sharply, don't move. Musa pulled out a small flashlight and pointed it toward the door, but the moment the light clicked on, bang! Something slammed into the door so hard the entire warehouse shook. Tara screamed. Musa quickly switched off the light and pulled her behind a stack of crates. Adrian stepped forward slowly, quietly, confidently, like a man who had fought this kind of battle before. Another voice shouted from outside. Adrian Cole, you think you're the only one with power. The red glow grew brighter. They were pouring fuel. They wanted to burn the place down with all of them inside. Tara covered her mouth to silence her breathing. Sir, Musa whispered, there are at least 5 of them, maybe more. Adrian clenched his jaw. They're not here for me, he said coldly. They're here for her. Tara froze. Her heart pounded. She couldn't understand any of this. Why were strangers hunting her like an animal? Why was her husband involved? Why did her life suddenly matter to dangerous people? Adrian slowly pulled out his phone. No signal, he muttered. They're blocking it. Another voice outside shouted again. We only want the woman. Hand her over, and nobody gets hurt. Tara choked on her breath. No, please, she whispered. Adrian turned to her and placed a hand on her shoulder. Look at me, Tara. She looked up, shaking. I will not hand you over, he said firmly. No matter what. For a moment, Tara felt something she hadn't felt in years. Safety. Real safety. But that moment didn't last long. Because suddenly, crash! A burning bottle flew through one of the windows and smashed on the floor, flames bursting across the ground. Molotov, Musa shouted. Sir, they're starting the fire. The flames spread quickly, swallowing one corner of the warehouse. The air filled with smoke. Tara coughed, trying to shield her children. Adrian made a fast decision. We're leaving through the back exit. Now. He grabbed a fire blanket from the wall and threw it over Tara and the children. Follow me closely, he ordered. But as they moved toward the back door, a shadow stepped into their path. A tall man, wearing a mask, holding a gun. Tara froze in horror. She recognized the man's voice instantly when he spoke. Tara, your husband sends his greetings. Tara's knees nearly buckled. It was Femi's voice. Her husband. Her children's father. Now hunting them. Adrian stepped forward, shielding Tara. Put the gun down, Adrian said calmly. You don't want to do this. Oh, I do, the masked man replied. You don't know what this woman has done. Tara shook her head violently. I did nothing. I swear I did nothing. The masked man laughed. Then why is someone paying millions to make sure you disappear? Adrian's eyes narrowed sharply. Who? He demanded. The man raised the gun higher. You'll never know. But before he could pull the trigger, Musa tackled him from the side. The gun fired a loud, terrifying bang, the bullet ripping through the air. Tara screamed as she dropped to the ground with her children. Adrian grabbed the gun and kicked it away. Musa struggled with the masked man on the floor, each trying to overpower the other. "Take the kids," Musa shouted. "Go." Adrian grabbed Tara's hand. "We're leaving now." But then, Tara's eyes widened. Her son, her youngest, still sat frozen on the mattress. The fire was spreading toward him. "Tara, don't!" Adrian shouted. But she ran. She sprinted across the smoky room, grabbed her baby into her arms, and turned. Just in time to see the masked man break free from Musa. He reached for the gun. He pointed it at Tara. Her heart stopped. He pulled the trigger. Click. Empty. The gun was out of bullets. Adrian didn't wait. He grabbed Tara and the children, rushed them toward the back door, and kicked it open. Cold night air rushed in. But when they stepped outside, they froze. 3 black SUVs were parked there. All engines running. All headlights on. And standing in front of them, Mama Ramilican, Tara's mother-in-law. Arms crossed. Face hard. Eyes burning with hatred. She pointed at Tara with a slow, shaking finger and said, "Bring that woman to me. She has something that does not belong to her." Tara staggered backward. What do I have?" Mama Ramilican's eyes glowed with anger. "Your husband's life," she hissed. Adrian stepped in front of Tara again. "You will not touch her." Mama Ramilican smiled coldly. "Adrian Cole, you have no idea what you've involved yourself in." Behind her, more masked men stepped out of the SUVs. More guns. More danger. Mama Ramilican raised her hand. "Take them," Adrian whispered to Tara. "Run." And Tara ran, but straight into the arms of another masked man hiding in the shadows. He grabbed her, pressed something cold against her neck. And Tara gasped as everything around her started going blurry. Her children screamed. Adrian shouted her name. Musa fought to reach her. But Tara's vision darkened. Her legs collapsed. And the last thing she saw was Mama Ramilican smiling, whispering, "Finally, we have her." The world around Tara spun like a broken wheel. Voices faded, lights blurred. Her legs felt weak. Whatever the masked man pressed into her neck was dragging her into darkness. She fought to stay awake. She tried to scream her children's names. But her voice wouldn't come out. Her ears caught only one clear sound before everything went silent. Mama Ramilican's voice whispering, "Take her to the compound. The boss wants her alive." Then everything went black. Her eyes opened slowly. The room was dimmed out. A small bulb flickered on the ceiling. The walls were bare and cracked. Her body felt heavy, like she had slept for 100 years. She tried to move her hands. They were tied. Her heart dropped. She looked around quickly. She was lying on a cold cement floor, ropes around her wrists and ankles. A single metal door stood in front of her. Her breath grew shaky. Where am I?" A voice answered from the shadows. Finally, she wakes. Tara's blood froze. A tall figure stepped into the light. Not masked. Not hiding. And not a stranger. It was her husband. Femi. Her own husband stood over her with tired eyes and a face full of quiet guilt and anger. Tara's voice cracked. "Femi, why? Why did you do this to me? To your own children?" He didn't answer. He just stared at her. After a long silence, Femi knelt down. "Tara, believe me, I never wanted it to reach this point." Tara shook her head. "But it has. You tried to kill us. You tried to burn the warehouse. You sent people after me." Femi's eyes hardened. "I didn't send anyone to kill you. That part wasn't me." Tara blinked. "What are you talking about?" Femi looked away, ashamed. "I owe people money, Tara. Dangerous people. I got involved in something I shouldn't have. I thought I could fix it before you found out." Tara stared at him, confused. "What does that have to do with me? Why am I here? Why kidnap me?" Femi swallowed hard. "Because those people think you are the key to paying my debt." Tara felt like she had been stabbed. "Me? I have nothing. I am just a mother trying to feed her children." Femi shook his head. "You are more valuable than you know, Tara." Tara's voice trembled. "What does that mean?" He sighed deeply. "The boss believes you have something your father left behind." Tara froze. "My father?" Femi nodded. "Yes. Something worth millions." Tara felt dizzy. "My father died when I was 12. He left us nothing." Femi stepped closer and whispered, "That's the lie your mother told you." Tara's eyes widened with shock. "What?" But before he could explain, the door burst open. Mama Ramilican marched in with 2 armed men behind her. Her face was cold, serious, mean. "Femi, step aside," she ordered. Tara felt pure fear crawl up her spine. "Mama, please, why are you doing this?" Mama Ramilican smirked. "You should have stayed out of our family matters, Tara. Now everything your father hid will come out." Tara shook her head violently. "I don't know anything." "Nothing." Mama Ramilican laughed. "A girl like you? You think you can fool us? Your father worked with dangerous men. He hid something worth enough money to change all our lives." Tara felt sick. "My father was a simple mechanic." Mama's eyes narrowed sharply. "That's what you were told. But you will soon learn the truth. And when you do, you will give us what we want." Tara's throat tightened. "And if I don't?" Mama's voice dropped low and cold. "Then your children will pay for your stubbornness." Tara's heart shattered. "No. Leave my children out of this." Mama leaned forward. "Then cooperate. And everyone will live." Tara trembled. Femi looked away, ashamed and powerless. Tara whispered, "What exactly do you want?" Mama grinned. "The location of the chest your father hid before he died." Tara's eyes widened. "Chest? What chest?" Mama's expression darkened. "So you still want to pretend?" She turned to one of the armed men. "Bring her." Tara screamed. "No, please, please, I don't know anything." The men grabbed her arms and pulled her up roughly. Femi shouted, "Stop. Don't hurt her." Mama shot him a deadly look. "Femi, you lost the right to speak when you lost our money." Tara's tears poured down her face. "Where are you taking me?" But Mama gave no answer. She only said, "We're going to show you something your father left behind. Something that will make you talk." The men dragged Tara out of the room. Her heart pounded, her breathing broke, fear swallowed her. As they pulled her down a long hallway, she suddenly heard voices outside. Men shouting. Engines, footsteps, chaos. Then, a loud crash shook the entire building. The men holding her stopped. "What was that?" one shouted. Gunfire echoed outside. More shouting. One of the men ran to the window and looked out. His face turned pale. "It's him," he whispered. "Who?" Mama yelled. The man swallowed hard. "That billionaire. Adrian Cole, he found us." Tara's heart leaped. "Adrian?" Suddenly. Boom. The front door exploded open. Smoke filled the hallway. And through the smoke, a silhouette appeared. Tall, confident, unafraid. Adrian Cole stepped into the building with fire in his eyes. "Tara," he shouted. "Tara, I'm here." Tara felt hope explode inside her chest. But the man holding her pressed a knife to her throat. "Move closer, billionaire," the kidnapper growled, "and she dies." Adrian froze, eyes burning. Mama Ramilican smiled darkly. "Welcome, Mr. Cole," she said. "You walked straight into our trap." Adrian clenched his fists. "Tara, don't worry. I'm getting you out." But Mama Ramilican raised her hand. And from behind her, 2 more men stepped forward carrying something wrapped in black cloth. When they opened it, Tara gasped at Adrian's face hardened. It was a small metal box. Old, rusty, locked with heavy chains. Mama smiled frighteningly. "This belonged to your father, Tara." Tara shook her head, panicking. "I don't know what's inside." Mama stepped close enough for Tara to feel her breath. "But he does," she whispered, pointing at someone standing quietly in the shadows behind her. A man stepped forward. Tara's eyes widened. Her mouth fell open. Her knees nearly buckled. Because the man who stepped out of the shadows was her father. Alive. Not dead. Alive. Tara screamed. "Papa?" Tara could not breathe. Her eyes widened. Her heart froze. Her hands went numb. Because the man stepping out of the shadows, the man Mama Ramilican pointed at, the man everyone thought was dead, was her father. Alive. Standing right in front of her. "Papa?" Tara whispered, voice breaking. "You're alive?" Her father's eyes filled with tears. "My daughter," he said softly. She tried to run to him, but the kidnapper's knife pressed harder against her skin. Adrian took a step forward. "Let her go," he warned. Mama Ramilican laughed. "Oh, relax, billionaire. We won't kill her, yet. Not until she tells us how to open the box." Tara's father looked angry. "I told you before," he shouted at them. "I don't know the code anymore. I lost it many years ago." Mama glared at him. "And we don't believe you." Tara looked between her father and the metal chest. "Papa, what is inside that box?" Her father took a slow breath. "Tara, everything started because of this box. I once worked with powerful men, dangerous men, and they trusted me with their greatest secret." Mama Remilican stepped forward angrily. Gold. Documents. Evidence that could destroy big people. And whoever controls that box controls everything. Tara's father nodded sadly. I hid it to protect you, Tara. To protect our family. But someone betrayed me. They tried to kill me. They burned our house. And everyone thought I died. Tara's tears poured down. But, Papa, why didn't you come back? Why didn't you find me? Her father's eyes filled with pain. I wanted to. But they swore to kill you if I ever returned. Tara's heart broke completely. But now they found me anyway, she whispered. Before her father could answer, Mama snapped her fingers. Enough talk. Bring her father closer. He will open it now. The armed men dragged Tara's father toward the box. Tara screamed. No. Stop. Please. Adrian stepped forward. That's enough. Let the girl go. Two gunmen immediately pointed their weapons at him. Move one more step, Billionaire, Mama said, and you will die before you reach her. Adrian clenched his fists but froze. The kidnapper tightened his grip on Tara. Her father looked at her with heartbreak. Tara, please forgive me. Papa, no. But Mama shoved the metal box at him. Open it, she shouted. Her father shook his head. I told you, I don't have the code. Mama glared at the kidnapper holding Tara. Then maybe your daughter's life will help you remember. The knife pressed deeper. Tara cried. Papa, don't do it. Don't risk yourself for me. Her father's face twisted in pain. He fell to his knees. He cried out. Stop. I will open it. Just don't hurt my child. Mama smiled wickedly. That's better. He placed his shaking hands on the box. Tara squeezed her eyes shut, praying silently. Because she knew. If that box opened, her father would die. Adrian would die. She and her children would die. Everything would end. Her father slowly began turning the lock. 1 click, point 2 clicks, point 3. Mama leaned closer greedily. But suddenly, boom! A loud explosion blasted through the entrance. Smoke, light shouting. The kidnapper holding Tara stumbled. The knife dropped. Tara broke free. Adrian charged forward like lightning. He grabbed Tara, shielded her behind him, and pushed her toward a corner. Tara! Stay down. Armed security forces stormed the building. Adrian shouted. Musa called backup. Help is here. Gunfire echoed. Men shouted. Mama Remilican screamed in anger. No. Stop them. But it was too late. Her armed men were overwhelmed. Her power collapsed. She tried to run. But Adrian blocked her path. Your evil ends tonight, he said coldly. Mama glared at him. You think you've won? You think that girl is safe? This is bigger than all of you. Before she could finish, security officers handcuffed her and dragged her out kicking and screaming. Her entire criminal group was arrested. All except Femi. Tara looked around. Her husband was nowhere. He had fled. Tara ran to her father. Papa, are you hurt? He hugged her tightly. My daughter. I thought I lost you forever. Tara cried into his shoulder. I thought you were dead. He pulled back and touched her face gently. Now I can live again. Because you are safe. Adrian walked over, giving them space but watching with relief. Tara's father wiped his tears. The box, he said softly. It must be destroyed. Too many people want it. Adrian nodded. I know people who can handle that. It will never hurt Tara again. Her father looked deeply grateful. Thank you, Mr. Cole. But Adrian shook his head. I didn't save her, he said quietly. She saved herself. She survived more than anyone should. Tara blushed softly. Her father smiled. She has always been strong. Days passed. Police captured Femi. The criminal group was exposed. The box was taken into government custody and destroyed. Tara was finally free. Truly free. She moved with her children into a safe home. Her father stayed with her, rebuilding the family they lost years ago. And Adrian? He visited often. He joked with the children. He brought food. He checked on Tara's safety. One evening, as the sun set orange across the city, Tara stood outside, watching her kids play. Adrian walked over. You're smiling, he said. It feels new, Tara laughed gently. He looked at her with warmth. You deserve peace, Tara. You deserve a life without fear. She met his eyes. And you deserve rest after saving us. He smiled. I didn't do it alone. She looked at the sky. Maybe life had given her storms. Maybe her past was full of pain. But for the first time in years, she felt safe. She felt hopeful. She felt alive. Her journey from a homeless Motherto, a woman who survived betrayal, kidnapping, and secrets that nearly destroyed her, was now complete. And as her children laughed in the distance, Tara whispered, "Thank you for giving us a second chance." Adrian nodded softly. "It's only the beginning. Thank you so much for watching this emotional journey. Before you go, tell us in the comments, which part of Tara's journey touched you the most? And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe to this channel to support our growth and help us bring more powerful stories your way.